When you're sitting on the other side, you're seeing a Twitch streamer and you're seeing them, what appears to be somebody who's just enjoying playing a game, and boy, it looks like fun. Boy, I could do that. But when you sit down with that camera on yourself, and you realize that this person, like somebody like Dr. Disrespect or Ludwig, to name some of the more popular streamers, they're doing 100 things at once. You can't even tell that they're doing it, and they're making it entertaining to watch while they're doing 100 things at once. It's impressive. It really is. And that's what running a card store is like. Hello, everybody. Clay here, Cardboard Empires. I see it quite often. There's a very high attrition rate when it comes to selling Pokemon cards, Magic cards, gaming products, TCGs in general. And I want to touch on that subject because if you out there are thinking about starting your life selling Pokemon cards or getting into the games industry in general, then this video is for you. Or if you find yourself in the middle of selling Pokemon cards or TCGs, games, then you'll understand what I'm about to say. And if you are if you were once in the world of selling games and now you're out of it, then you'll probably, I think you'll be able to look back and reflect on your time selling games and understand that what I'm saying is true. Selling games isn't about the games. Being a Pokemon card dealer, seller, being a games seller, it's less about the games and it's more about the business. People come into my shop and they ask me about my personal collection at home. They see all the products. They're like, oh my gosh, you must have the most amazing collection at home. And the truth is, I don't really. I mean, there are cards that I'll sit on. There are products that I'll sit on and hold them for a longer period of time than just putting them out on the floor and selling them fast. But for the most part, this is my collection. When you walk into the store, this is the collection, and it's all for sale. It's not that I don't love the products. I do love the products. I love the Pokemon cards and the Pokemon products, all the games in the store. Anything in the store, I love, and I have in the store because I believe in. But it's not the love of the product that drives the business. What do I mean by that? Selling Pokemon cards and products it's really, when it comes down to it, it's about a few core things. It's about money management. It's about organization. And it's about your personal skill in like supply chain management or logistics. I know it's boring. When you say it out loud, it sounds quite boring. And it is. It's not as fun as playing with Charizards all day. First, you have to be able to manage supply lines. Your logistics, your shipping. That's a lot of what selling cards and game products is. It's about managing incoming inventory and outgoing inventory, shipping, boxes, tape, labels, printers. That's a big portion of what it is. And capital management. Can you have enough free capital when you need it to get the next product that's coming out? Or maybe there's like a hot deal that you've found at a distributor or another card shop that there's an arbitrage opportunity. And yes, card shops arbitrage from other card shops all the time, regularly. Sometimes a card shop will have a product that they just can't move. For whatever reason, Dragon Ball doesn't move in I don't know, West Virginia, while people are walking in and out of my shop all the time looking for Dragon Ball. So the business in West Virginia will list on their website, we're having a closeout sale, or maybe we have our Black Friday sale, and Dragon Ball cards are $1 a pack. And I can look at that and be like, holy cow, that's way less than I can get it for at distribution. So you'll buy out their inventory, you'll bring it into your store, and you'll move it at maybe MSRP, maybe a discounted rate, but for a profit. It's looking for deals like that. That's a large part of what selling Pokemon cards is. But then, you move into like eBay, TCG Player, and that's all logistics. That's all shipping. That's all. Can you find envelopes for a decent price? Can you find ink for your printer for a good price? Can you buy boxes? Can you afford to buy $1,000 worth of boxes to move your price point down on each single box to a penny or two a box? It's boring. And I think when you see like a high attrition rate when it comes to sellers in games, it's because they don't understand fully that that's what they're getting into. They think it's like, oh my gosh, I'm going to be able to get 100 Chilling Reign booster boxes. I'm going to get 100 Unified Minds booster boxes from a distributor for $85 a box. And I'm going to open them all. And I get to open packs all day. And I get to look at cool cards all day. And yes, you do get to look at cool cards all day, but you don't get to open packs all day. I hardly ever get to open packs. I did open a VMAX Climax box with my wife. And I did pull this cool character secret rare. That Urshifu character secret rare, but those are few and far between, maybe once or twice a year. I hardly ever open packs. And when I do open packs, every single card gets categorized, it gets priced, and it gets put in the case or it gets listed online. It's not a fun thing. It's very, very much business oriented. So managing, logistics like buying boxes. Can you find box vendors? Can you find a competitive price? Maybe this vendor has boxes for 5 cents a box. Can you find them for 3 cents a box? That's a big part of it. Box sizes. That's another, if you want to get into the weeds of the boring stuff, let's talk about box sizes. Can you find a box size that will fit all of your smaller products, but not be too big as to trigger the next level of shipping prices on like USPS or UPS? Can you find a medium box that will fit all your medium products without triggering the next volume shipping level? That's a large part of it. And then organization. When bulk comes in, they need to be organized. They need to be categorized. They need to be gone over meticulously with a fine-tooth comb because things need to be inventoried. As a business, you need to have a updated and correct inventory about everything you have. And when it comes to pulling those cards, when an order comes in, the biggest reason why cards like bulk needs to be organized so meticulously is because, before it's listed for sale on TCG Player, a customer doesn't know it exists, right? So if I get 100,000 cards in for bulk, customers don't know it exists. Customers don't care how long it takes to organize those cards. But as soon as it's listed and a customer makes that order, they care how long it takes to get that card out of your shop and in the mail. And so you need to do everything you can beforehand to make that time window of how long it takes between an invoice coming in and that card going out as fast as possible, as smooth and as streamlined as possible. So organizational skills. And I equate it a lot to like being a librarian almost. You have to come up with your own Dewey Decimal System of how you organize and categorize cards so that you can fly through an invoice. And money management. That's a big one. And I think that's what I equate probably the most attrition when it comes to selling cards. Yes, there is a set coming out. And yes, you have $1,000 in your bank. But does that mean you should be spending $1,000 on that set? Maybe you should only be spending $500 on that set. Maybe you should be spending $1,000 on that set because you have $1,000 of capital incoming into your bank account tomorrow. There's a set coming out in 4 months. What's your allocation on that set? What order did you put in for that set? Did you put in $5,000 on that set? Well, if it's coming out in 4 months, then maybe you should start planning now for having that $5,000 available in 4 months. Are you extended too far on product right now, and do you need to move it? That's why you'll see a lot of fire sailing on TCG Player or in your card shops, because It's not because they're trying to tank the market. It's not because they like losing money. It's because they need to free up capital for the next release that's coming in 2, 3, 4 months. These are all the things that go into selling Pokemon cards online and in person. And this conversation so far has focused primarily about selling online. We haven't even gotten to like opening your own card store or game store. That's a whole other can of worms. We can go back to that boring box conversation and multiply it by 3. Can you find slat wall for a decent price? Where do you buy your shelves? Where do you buy your shelf brackets? Everything you see in a store, the grid wall, the hooks that the things go on, every price sticker on every product, everything needs to be bought for a decent price. You need to source your stickers. That's what running a game store is. It's not opening packs. It's not it's not as much fun as it might seem. Here's what I equate it to. Maybe this is more people will find this relevant. It's like being a streamer, like on Twitch or on YouTube. I think it's a lot like that, where you sit down and you watch a Twitch streamer on YouTube or Twitch, and boy, it looks like they're having fun. They're playing their games and they're talking and they're very personable, and you're having a good time watching their Twitch stream. And it's a fun, entertaining, enjoyable experience. But turn that camera on yourself. Sit down in front of that computer. You try playing a video game while entertaining a stream at the same time. And it's a completely different bag of worms. It's not as easy as it looks when you're sitting on the other side. It's a different thing. When you're sitting on the other side, you're seeing a Twitch streamer and you're seeing them, what appears to be somebody who's just enjoying playing a game, and boy, it looks like fun. Boy, I could do that. But when you sit down with that camera on yourself, and you realize that this person, like somebody like Dr. Disrespect or Ludwig, to name some of the more popular streamers, they're doing 100 things at once. You can't even tell that they're doing it, and they're making it entertaining to watch while they're doing 100 things at once. It's impressive. It really is. And that's what running a card store is like. You might walk into a card store and you see the glitz and the glamour of all the shiny things and the cards and the packs everywhere, and it looks like fun, and I'm standing behind the counter and I'm having a good time, and I'm talking to you, but I'm doing 100 things at once up here. And I'm not looking for sympathy, but that's what it is. You got bank accounts that you're constantly monitoring for incoming capital and outgoing capital. You've got credit cards that you're constantly auditing. You've got inventory that you're constantly auditing. Not to mention you're looking at a dozen distributors' websites, looking for deals, looking for new products, looking for the next product line to carry. Oh, let's say you want to expand your business and you want to move into a new product. Okay, now you're looking at opening new distributors. You're finding video game distributors, or you're finding plush distributors, clothing distributors. And then you're thinking about how do I merchandise those products? Well, now I need a clothing rack in the store. Now I need some sort of video game display. So it's great. I love it. It's something that I truly do love. But you have to understand that the part of the business that you love is not so much opening packs. That's not the fun part. And I think people need to take stock in themselves and try to figure out, when I start selling Pokemon cards, do I love finding cheap boxes? Do I love finding cheap tape? Is that me? Or do I just like opening packs? Because if you just like opening packs, maybe there's a different avenue for you. You have to love the logistical side of it. You have to love the money management, the penny pinching, the poring over spreadsheets side of it, because that's what business is. Thanks for watching, everybody. I'm so close to 1,000 subscribers. Please consider subscribing. I'm stuck at 869, by the way. You guys get your minds out of the gutter. Somebody hit the subscribe button so I can so I'm not stuck at 69 subscribers. I tell you, you guys are dirty, man. Thanks for watching. As always, I will catch you later.